The cost of living in the UK is rising at its highest rate in more than 10 years. The UK recorded an inflation rate of 5.1% in November, the highest it's been since September 2011.
Harvest is over. The potatoes are now in store. But here at the beginning of Britain's food chain, there is a sting in the tail: rising prices.
It's across the board: fuel, transport, all the other inputs all seem to have gone up. Electricity, has gone up by huge quantities.
And then there are fertiliser prices. Most nitrogen-based fertilisers are made using natural gas. And gas prices have gone through the roof, which, according to one leading producer, is a big issue.
We paid $6 per unit of gas last year at this time, and today we're at close to 40. So it's a significant volatility. So more than we've ever seen.
Back on the farm, those costs are already feeding through.
I just looked up last year's figures, and we were paying £259 a tonne for 46% nitrogen urea, and we've just bought a load for 790. So it is nearly a tripling.
It's up by multiples. So yesterday's higher gas prices is today's higher fertiliser prices, which is tomorrow's, or rather next season's, higher food prices. You get the idea. Inflation is basically this series of chain reactions happening across the economy. And right now there's a lot of them feeding into a higher cost of living, raising a question. What can the authorities, including the Bank of England, actually do about it? The Consumer Price Index is simply a measure of our cost of living, how fast the prices of the things we typically buy are changing in any given year. And since the millennium, it's been 2% on average, bang in line with the Bank of England's target. But in the past few months, it has shot much higher, now up to 5.1%. That's the highest level in more than a decade, and economists think it could go even higher in the coming months. And that piece of data came just as the bank's Monetary Policy Committee met to consider interest rates. Economists think it's 50-50 whether they'll raise them tomorrow. By the way, it's not just households or farmers who are seeing higher prices. For this rivet manufacturer, it's the cost of steel which is causing a squeeze.
Steel's gone up by 18% in the last 12 months. Oil's gone up by 44%. When we've made the fasteners, we put them into packaging. The packaging's gone up by between 18 and 20%. So all our inputs have increased dramatically.
Inflation isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a sign of an economy pumping away at full capacity. But sometimes price rises coming down the economic pipeline can be so high that they tip the country into a slump. We're about to find out which variety we're facing.